Welcome back, guys. Sherry here. Now, have you guys ever noticed a blue light coming from the top of the Temple of Time on the Sky Island? Well, guys, I don't know if this happens after you get the Master Sword, but this is when I noticed it. Now, if you don't know how to get the Master Sword, you can click the link in the upper right-hand corner. I'll also leave a link in the description. Now, to get to the top of the Temple of Time, we can just run right up to the front of it. And then we can use Ascend, and we can make our way through these levels, and we can make it to the top. And once you make it to the top of the Temple of Time, you're going to come across a construct. And he is going to tell you that his purpose is to conduct a ceremony to test the strength of any visitors. And then he's going to tell you a story about the Great Sky Island. And then this will trigger the quest, The Legend of the Great Sky Island. Okay, so to be able to do this ceremony, we have to have the Zora armor. Now, guys, we only need the jacket. We don't have to have the full set, but we can get this right here in Zora's domain. And that will allow us to climb waterfalls, and we're going to need it. Now, when you get here, you're looking for Yana. You can't miss her. She's a big green Zora. But she's going to be standing out front, and they're going to be talking about a statue that's covered in sludge. All we have to do is take a blue choo-choo and throw it at the statue. That will clear the sludge, and then just go back and talk to Yana again. You're going to see that little red exclamation point above her head, but just follow the dialogue, and then after that, it's going to trigger a couple of quests, and Yana is going to move. When she does, you're going to find her upstairs in a pool of water. Speak with her again, and she is going to give you the Zora armor. Okay, now what we have to do in this ceremony, guys, is we have to light 3 fires that are scattered on this Sky Island. And you're going to be able to see these small islands, I guess, that have risen into the air. And all of them have waterfalls on them. That's why we need the Zora armor. But we cannot step foot on any surface other than the roof of the temple while we are doing this. So let's just go ahead and get up in the air, and let's head towards a waterfall, and let's climb it. Now, what you will notice is when you jump into a waterfall, your stamina is going to refill. But now, guys, you might want to make yourself some stamina replenishing foods. You can cook up some stam bulbs. The more bulbs you put into it, the more stamina it's going to refill, and you can find those all over the Sky Islands. You can also cook yourself up some crickets. Use some crickets and a monster part. Same thing applies. The more crickets you put into it, the more stamina it's going to refill, because there are some areas that takes a little bit to get to the next waterfall. So depending on how much stamina you have, you might need some of these foods or elixirs. And as you just saw, all I did was take a fire fruit, fuse it to an arrow, and I lit that fire. So that means we have 2 more. Now you'll see, if you'll look over on the right hand side, there's a bunch of little islands. We can use these to traverse our way towards the middle of the island, because that's where the second fire is. Now once we get the second fire lit, the third one is kind of in the cold climate area. So you may need some cold resistant armor, or maybe some cold resistant foods, but you won't be in the cold very long. So it's really just kind of a personal preference, I guess, but you shouldn't take too much damage if you don't have any kind of armor or you don't make any kind of foods. But now to get to this third fire that is over here in the cold climate area, as you can see, I kind of went through the middle, and I did cut it pretty close. I hit the bottom of that waterfall. So if you're starting to run out of stamina, just try to go to the waterfall that's closest to you, because like I said, as soon as you hit the waterfall, your stamina is going to refill. Now, after we get the third fire, all we have to do is just make our way back to the Temple of Time, where we will meet with the construct. But if you would like to see how you can get unlimited bomb flowers, fire fruit, and ice fruit, click here. And I really appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoy content like this, show me with a like. If you're new to the channel, I hope you consider subscribing, and I'll just catch you guys next time.